January 19th, 2036. Maxis destroys Earth and all its surviving inhabitants. As written in the Chronorium, this inevitable event serves as the ending of both the Ultimate Zombies timeline and the Super Easter egg ending on Buried. Although canonically this must happen, back in the golden age of Black Ops 2 Zombies, the players, we got a chance to alter this outcome. For the first time ever in Zombies, each Victis map had two separate main Easter eggs. The steps are almost identical, but you could side with Maxis leading Earth to its doom, or side with Edward Richtofen for an alternate ending. The backbone of this Super Easter egg is to have 4 players who all complete the main Easter egg on Transit, Die Rise and Buried, but all for the same side. To track your progress, there is something called the Easter egg record box on Buried at the back of the courthouse, showing a 3x4 light grid. This device has 2 purposes besides to show the Easter egg that each player has completed: to initiate the chosen endgame and to erase all Victis map Easter egg progress once it's activated. The rows correspond to the players in the game, while the columns Transits, Die Rises and Buried's main Easter egg from left to right. In the zombie storyline, Maxis is represented as the color orange and Richtofen as the color blue. For example, if all lines show blue, all players have completed each Easter egg for Richtofen and they are ready for that endgame. If all show orange, then all players are ready for Maxis' endgame. But doing all the previously set things still isn't enough, because the crew must establish a connection between the maps with the help of the polarization devices. You may know them as the pylons or the spires. Survivors who heard Ludwig Maxis' voice constructed these devices after the rockets hit Earth at the end of Moon's main Easter egg.
What has occurred cannot be undone. However, I realize the calculations were made in haste and could potentially threaten the entire globe. That was not the intent. I considered a possible plan B should this occur, but this plan would consist of creating global polarization devices.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? We have activated the spire as you instructed, but the Shamblers are swarming our location, and we can't hold out against their superior numbers for long without aid. Hello? Please, come in. It is vital that you instruct us on that...
The 3 pylons are used in the plans of both Maxis and Richtofen once they are fully powered and in contact with each other. And 2 key elements are helping with this connection. Lore-wise, Buried is the perfect location for an endgame due to a giant portal formed next to the mining site caused by the rocket's impact. The Rift is the only place on planet Earth, according to the zombie storyline, where the veil between Agartha and this dimension is at its thinnest. Gameplay-wise, this is where the nav cards, or navigation cards, and the card reader tables come into the picture, as their primary usage is to connect the towers. So at least one player must build the card reader table in the cornfield on Transit, under the tower on Die Rise, and at the lower level of the spawn on Buried. From that point, all the card readers stay built and saved in the player's profile, so only the activation remains, which follows. Pick up the Buried card from the Ghost Mansion and insert it into Transit's table. Then get the Transit card from behind the bus depot and insert it into Die Rise's table. And finally collect the Die Rise card from the broken display and insert it into Buried's table. The player can only have one specific card at a time, and the successful activation can also be seen on the world map. This time the icons of the map not only change color based on the chosen side, but also emit radio signals. So this is the point of no return, because everything is ready to initiate one of the endgames. Richtofen plans to use the polarization devices to gain full control of the Ether and mend the rift by reinforcing the link between Agartha and Earth. He is giving instructions to Samuel J. Stuhlinger, the only Victis crew member who can hear his voice, to manipulate the others and achieve his plan. The reason behind this, Stuhlinger is the only living member of a group formed after rockets hit Earth: the Flash.
Mend the rift! Well, maybe I don't wanna. Huh? Did you think of that? Oh, you can't tell them about the flesh! What I did, they'd kill me if they knew.
This group thought the only way to survive was to cannibalize the corpse of the undead, not worrying about any infectious symptoms.
What's that? Who's there? Yes, I can hear you. Flesh? Of course I have. There's nothing else. No, I won't do that. How do I know you're not lying? You couldn't be making all that up. Well, sure, that only makes sense. Dude. Sure. But, no, I see. Sure. Really? But they're my friends. Yes, of course I see now. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. For you and the flesh.
So, as heard in the previous audio log, the ones who were involved in this act started to hear Richtofen's voice since he was in control of the zombies. Later the group was killed except Stuhlinger, who escaped unharmed. But now let's jump ahead to the future where he convinced the crew to follow him and pressed this big red button on Barry. I mean, what's the worst that would happen, right?
I am in control! The ether is mine to manipulate as I wish. The moon is now my own personal plaything! What have you done? I've won, Maxis! That's what I've done!
What about Samantha? Your actions condemn my daughter's very soul to eternal damnation! Even if you do not care for her, surely you wish to return to your own body!
Not really, no. Don't I already possess the power to leave this netherworld and re-enter the physical realm once more? I can choose any body I wish! As for you, Maxis, you will simply cease to be. I mean then, Toodles!
No!
Take a deep breath, Samuel. We're about to get a whole lot closer. At last I am... Oh, what's the word? Corporeal? No. Physical. Whatever. I have my very own body. I can touch. Yeah. I can feel. Oh, I can shred. Insta-kill. Oh, maybe that's not such a good thing.
So from now on, Richtofen and Samuel shared the same body, indicated by the glowing blue eyes on the character. Plus you and every other player can carry 4 guns and have unlimited fire sale, but this reward lasts only in the game in which the box has been activated. Lore-wise, the entire zombie storyline concludes here. Yes, Richtofen erases Maxis from existence and condemns Samantha's soul to eternal damnation, but nothing that we know of ever happens in this timeline. The universe never fractures due to the Earth begins to repair itself using the energy from Agartha, although it's still ridden with the undead. We can speculate that the Victis group dies as seen in the round Infinity Step during the main Easter egg, although Richtofen says this is not their future. However, in the canon ending, Maxis uses the polarization device's energy to reach Agartha and set the rest of the zombie storyline in motion.
The process has begun! Now I control the ether's energy! I can at last reach Agatha!
Ah, you fools! Why did you listen to him?
Regretfully, I must inform you that neither the Earth nor its people will survive.
Ah, I tried so hard to warn you. Don't go!
Once the gateway is open, I will finally be reunited with my dearest Samantha.
Hello? Are you forgetting something? Even if your wretched daughter is still alive, she has my body!
If you are so eager to re-enter the physical world, Richtofen, I will grant you that fish!
And by this, Maxis traps Richtofen's soul into blue-eyed zombies that still roams the map and guaranteed to drop a random power-up once they killed. Barry also gets an orange filter for the rest of the game and the zombies' eyes turn back to orange. But what happens story-wise? Max is corrupted by the Ether's energy. Instead of closing the rift and healing Earth as he originally planned, severs the link by complete destruction. Before this, he extracted Samantha's soul from Richtofen's body and brought her into Agartha. But after Samantha sees the corruption in his father, she reaches out to an alternate dimension through the rift and begs the Dimension 63 version of Ludwig Maxis to set her free. All this happens on an excavation site in northern France during the Great War in 1918, which we all know as Origins. But back in the original timeline, before Earth gets annihilated, a different rift opens in front of the Victis crew so they can escape. This portal was opened by Primus Richtofen, who tasked the crew to retrieve the most precious artifact in the known and unknown universe, the Chronorium. But that's a story for another day. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to see more like this, and share which ending you would choose. Anyways, that's pretty much it, so thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.